Welcome, curious minds, to another deep dive.
Hello.
Today, we're embarking on quite a fascinating journey. We're heading to a city that's just packed with layers of history, some surprising connections, and actually some really forward-thinking community stuff, too. We're talking about Esztergom, Hungary's very first capital. We've been sifting through, quite a stack of sources, painting a really vivid picture of this ancient city.
Yeah, everything from its, incredibly strategic spot right on the Danube to its modern efforts, which are fascinating, in sustainable community building.
Exactly.
And our mission, I guess, for this deep dive is to pull out the most important nuggets of knowledge and insight about Esztergom. We want to understand not just what happened there, but why. Why does it continue to be such a significant and, vibrant place today?
That blend you mentioned.
Yeah, what's truly compelling about Esztergom is that unique blend. Deep history meeting an innovative present. There are just so many lessons, I think, from its long journey.
Okay, so let's unpack this right from the very beginning. Esztergom. It's often called the birthplace of Hungary.
That's the one.
And as we look through the sources, it became super clear why it earned that title. It served as the capital from the 10th century all the way to the mid-13th century. What was it about this particular spot that made it so foundational?
It's a really compelling story, actually. Yeah. I mean, this area, believe it or not, has been lived in for maybe 20,000 years.
Wow.
Yeah, there's evidence of Celts settling around 350 BC. The Romans called it Solva. But its true rise, the heart of the nation part, began around 960 AD.
Okay.
That's when Prince Géza, the ruling prince of the Hungarians, strategically chose Esztergom as his residence.
The strategy.
Exactly. And crucially, it's right here on Castle Hill that his son, Vas, who, would become Saint Stephen, Hungary's first king, was born. Probably late 10th century.
So that really sets the stage.
It does. This isn't just any city. It's literally where Hungarian nationhood took its first breath.
So Hungary literally started right here. What were some of those crucial early steps taken from Esztergom that set the country on its course?
That's a good way to put it. Not just a birthplace, but like the launching pad. A really pivotal moment happened in 973 AD.
Okay.
Prince Géza sent a committee from Esztergom to Otto I's big international peace conference. And they specifically asked for missionaries.
So the religious angle early on.
A critical step, yeah. Laying the groundwork for Hungary becoming Christian. And then the big one, the crowning of King Stephen in Esztergom, year 1000 AD. That officially marked the birth of the Hungarian state.
Wow.
So if you connect this to the bigger picture, it just underscores how this single city was, right from the start, shaping the identity, the future of this new European power.
And it wasn't just political and spiritual, was it? I mean, we learned it was also an economic powerhouse.
Absolutely.
For centuries, the country's only mint operated there. And this is fascinating, as town council was made up of diverse European merchants.
Yeah, people from France, Spain, Belgium, Italy.
What does that tell us about, early Hungarian society? Or even European integration way back then?
That mix in the town council, it really speaks volumes. It shows Esztergom's importance, not just inside Hungary, but on a, broader European stage in those early days. It highlights how, right from the beginning, Esztergom was this sort of melting pot. Ideas, commerce, fostering a really outward-looking identity for Hungary, long before we talked about globalization.
Okay, so what does all this mean for the Catholic Church in Hungary, then? Its religious significance seems, profound.
It absolutely is. Just look at the Esztergom Basilica itself. It's a testament to that enduring legacy.
It's huge, right?
It's the largest church in Hungary and, astonishingly, the third largest in Europe. That massive dome, you can see it for miles around.
Incredible.
It is, and it has been for centuries, the spiritual home of the Roman Catholic Church in Hungary. It just symbolizes its deep roots in the nation's conversion to Christianity. Its presence alone is this constant reminder of that spiritual foundation.
One detail that really stood out to me was how the current basilica, while super impressive, was built much later, like 1822 to 1869.
That's right.
But it incorporates something really unique, doesn't it? Something much older.
Yes. This is fascinating. The builders of the current basilica, they actually integrated the much older Bakash Chapel, which dates from 1507.
Wow, early 16th century.
And this chapel is considered Hungary's earliest, most significant Renaissance building. And they literally disassembled it, get this, into 1,600 pieces.
1,600?
1,600 pieces, and then reassembled it inside the new church.
That's That's almost unimaginable.
It really speaks volumes about the reverence they had for that earlier work, their commitment to preserving cultural heritage. It wasn't just building, it was like an act of historical continuity.
And there's a musical connection, too.
There is. For art and music lovers, it's worth noting, Ferenc composed the Mass of Esztergom specifically for its consecration. And the basilica also houses this incredible treasury, just filled with masterpieces of medieval goldsmiths' work, textiles, dating from the 13th to 19th centuries, including things like the famous Matthias Calvary.
And just a short walk away, there's the Christian Museum. That sounds like a quieter spot.
Yeah, real haven for art lovers, history buffs. It's got this collection of medieval Christian art, Hungarian and other European artists. Seems like a place you could easily lose yourself for a few hours just soaking it in.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting, I think. Esztergom's story isn't just grand beginnings and spiritual authority. The sources also really highlight its incredible resilience. This city has faced, a tumultuous history. Invasions, rebirths. What were some of those moments that really tested its endurance?
Indeed. The city went through the devastating Mongol invasion in 1241.
Right, that was huge across Europe.
Exactly. And that actually led to the royal seat being moved away to Buda. Then, centuries later, it faced the Turkish conquest. From 1526 to 1683, it became an Ottoman stronghold, endured multiple sieges.
So, centuries under Ottoman rule.
Yes. And in fact, when the city was finally liberated in 1683, many Turkish buildings were, deliberately destroyed. But if you walk through the winding streets today, you can still find remnants. Little bits of Turkish mosques, baths, a powerful reminder of those many, many layers of history just etched into the stones.
So it rebuilt itself again after that, creating the Baroque downtown we see now.
Yes, exactly. To post-Turkish rule, there was this significant rebuilding effort. That gave us the beautiful Baroque downtown and the Vizivaros or Watertown sections. Széchenyi Square, the old market square, is really lovely with its colorful buildings, and you can find traditional Hungarian food there.
But the challenges didn't end there, did they?
No, unfortunately not. We learned the Treaty of Trianon in 1920. That's the post-World War I peace treaty that basically redrew Hungary's borders significantly.
Right, a huge historical moment for Hungary.
Huge. And it profoundly impacted Esztergom. It turned it into a border town, diminished much of its territory. Which really raises an important question, doesn't it? How does a city adapt? How does it thrive when its very geography and political status are just fundamentally altered like that?
That's a fascinating challenge for any city. And amidst all this turmoil, it somehow remained a cultural beacon. I read about the poet Mihaly Babis.
Yes, his residence there became a real hub of literary life in Hungary. He's significantly influenced Esztergom's intellectual scene.
But while Esztergom nurtured that kind of life, its long history also holds profoundly somber chapters, particularly concerning its Jewish community.
Yes, that's true. Esztergom had one of Hungary's oldest Jewish communities. There was a place of worship there as early as 1050 AD.
So 1,000 years of history.